This is a segment about cinematic
Moments.
milestones that happened when you were in your 10th, aka now we know how old you actually are.
It featured two superstars in the film.
I'll give you a hint.
Nikhil Advani.
Necklace with cool written on it.
Oh, I know this. Oh, it's one of my favorite films. Oh my God. I'm a big fan of that film, yeah.
Hum.
Oh man. A moment of silence.
No, Hum came then, but you're seeing the third largest. Then
Third.
Khuda Gawar.
Actors going bare body on screen.
Yeah.
1998. The song is iconic.
Ding, 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 ding.
I was
ding,
thinking,
ding,
but he
ding,
wasn't
ding.
wearing, he was wearing a mesh.
No, it was
No.
bare bodied. Hi guys, this is Himesh and welcome to Pinkvilla. Today we have with us the Dasvi team, Abhishek Bachchan and Nimrat Kaur with us. Welcome to Pinkvilla guys, it's lovely having you here firstly.
Thank you for
Thank
having us.
you, thank you.
So my first question is actually to both of you. How did the two of you react when Tushar came to you with this script of a politician who wishes to complete his 10th when he is in the jail?
I think the first reaction for both of us was the same, which is why we're sitting in front of you today promoting the film. The first reaction was, when do we start?
Yeah.
Okay, and
Well, I actually didn't even know about the whole story. And the character was so colorful and lovely for me. That was really the first conversation I had.
okay,
And then the love affair with the film became even deeper when I heard the script. But I was on from the get-go.
and I think the conversations around Dasvi started in early 2020, and
Yeah.
right after that, I think in March the pandemic struck all of us. What kept you motivated all through the while to be associated with the film and get it to the right platform?
Well, yes, I think the discussions and the narrations and all started early 2020.
Yeah.
But that, the first time you start a discussion on a film, there's on average a period of 6 to 12 months it takes before you can actually start shooting it.
Yeah.
Because first there's the creative process of agreeing to do it the way you want to do it and the way the director sees it, and you hope that they both are similar. Then obviously there's the whole logistic aspect of getting the dates, getting everybody's dates together. So it's a very normal thing for a year to go by from saying yes to a film to actually shooting it.
Yeah.
And then you shoot the film, and then it's pretty normal for an entire year to pass again when the post-production is going on. So it wasn't very difficult.
Okay.
We got lucky because we managed to shoot the film in between the two lockdowns.
Okay. First
So,
and second.
Yeah. So, there was an unlockdown that started in September 2020, where at least certain shootings and all were allowed to. So I did a bit of that then. But then things fully opened up around December 2020, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
And we shot in February till April. And then end April is when the second lockdown happened. So we managed to, squeeze out the film in that time. So we were lucky. But the timelines were very normal.
Yeah.
Also, I think everybody was so excited about the script that, you just look forward to it. So remaining inspired to do it wasn't really a challenge.
Okay. And the film is set against the backdrop of Indian education system, and right now there has been so much debate happening about online versus offline mode of education. What do you have to say about this debate as to online education? There are some people who are saying online education से लोगों को वो on ground exposure नहीं मिलता है, whereas some are saying it is good that they are exposed to technology at a very young age. So how do you perceive this?
Well, I've had first-hand experience.
Yeah.
My daughter is in school, and she did online schooling for 2 years. And I think it's unbelievably convenient, and it was a godsend during the lockdown. But I do personally believe that children should be in school. There has to be a certain physical contact and interaction, which always makes a big difference. And even when you're going to physical school, technology is very much a part of their life.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's an issue.
That's an issue. And how do you?
I recently visited my school in the second week of March in Noida. I had cleared my 10th standard from there. So I was just chatting with my principal, and what she said was that they're currently facing issues with kids in school because they're not used to making eye contact.
Okay.
And they're not used to being around people. And that was something sad for me. I felt a bit bad about that. I said, I really hope that they can come out of this, because as adults, we can still have conversations, we can figure things out, we can still comb through things in a more systematic way.
Yeah.
Kids can't do that. They'll follow what they've been taught, and for 2 years relentlessly they've been taught that, you know, we've been taught that everything we know till now is harmful for us, which is contact, proximity, whether it's sport or interpersonal skills. I really hope that, you know, they're able to overcome that. And I don't see anything wrong with online schooling.
And you know, OTT is now here to stay. It's a parallel mode of entertainment. So as actor, when you are offered a script, going forward at least, will you be clear from the word go, okay, this film is meant for OTT, this is for theatrical, or will it be always, like, of course, in regular times, now that things are getting back to normal, or what will the approach to script be? Will it vary from medium to medium?
Well, if I may, I mean, I've done a sizable amount of work on this medium to have a slight understanding. But the one thing that I've learned is it's a personal choice as far as an actor is concerned. But, you know, that comes with the caveat. You have to understand actors are the least powerful people in this decision. We make a film and then the decision isn't ours to make unless we're the producers. I personally feel that there is a particular way in which you make a film if you're going to release it directly digitally. Okay. I believe that. And it has to be slightly adapted and changed if you're going to do it theatrically. That's my personal opinion.
And for you, Nimrat, how do you perceive this two parallel modes of entertainment existing in today's time, which was not the case 5 years down the lane, and maybe pandemic has fastened the process of this transition?
See, I've done one show on an OTT platform in India. It's called The Test Case. And when I did that, I had no reference point. And I don't think as an actor, I need to think about how I'm going to approach my work, if it's for OTT or that. What he said very well was that it's how it's made, not how you're going to be in it, right? So that's a very clear difference. I think for me, OTT becomes exciting as a long format storytelling opportunity, which you don't get on the big screen. On the big screen, you get 2.5 hours, chalo max 3 hours, right? You don't get 6-7 hours sometimes, you know, of a character that you can maybe, that's the part that I enjoy about being on an OTT platform. I don't differentiate as an actor in that sense. For me, the subject is the hero, the script is the everything.
And so, you know, so many people on Twitter have been wanting to see you on the big screen. When can that happen? I think your next film is the one which you are...
Well, I had hoped it would have been Dasvi.
Okay.
Like I said, you know, the last 2 years have been so difficult. The film was shot and intended to be released in the cinemas. But, you know, by the time the film got ready, which was the latter half of last year, is when Omicron happened. So the cinema shut down again. At that point of time, you know, Dinesh, our producer, had to take a call. And he had the grace to ask all of us what we felt. And I think the whole team just said, look, it's a financial call. You take what you think is best for the film. And this decision to come on Jio Cinemas and Netflix was taken at that point of time.
And Nimrat, you have been away from films for a long time. Will we see you more often? Because we loved you in Airlift, we loved you in Lunchbox, and then there has been a gap after that. So
no, I really want that to change soon. And I hope that Dasvi will do that. And I really hope that, you know, I'm able to come across more exciting roles and subjects and be around and be able to do the kind of work I want to do.
And now there's a quick segment about the cinematic moments that happened when the two of you were in 10th grade, which is at the age of 16. So first question to...
This is a segment about cinematic milestones that happened when you were in your 10th, aka now we know how old you actually are. This is basically what he's finding out. Little beads of sweat have finally started coming down. Start with her.
Start with her?
Of course.
Okay. So in 1998, a star director made his directorial debut with a film which was the biggest hit of the year, and it featured 2 superstars in the film.
I'll give you a hint. Necklace with cool written on it.
Karan
You have to name, you have to name the film.
Karan George, I didn't know that.
The film. And one line mein memory with that film, one line mein.
I was obsessed with Rani's silver dress. You know when she comes on stage. She's Tina, right?
Yes.
So she comes on stage with this hot shot silver dress, and I wanted that damn dress.
Okay.
And I didn't find it anywhere. I used to go to my local markets in Noida, Sector 29. I used to love that dress. That is my lasting.
Okay.
And the cool necklace, of course. But that was more for the boys.
Yes.
Yeah.
Abhishek sir, for you, it's a film which featured your father with a top superstar of South, and it's the third biggest hit of 1992.
Oh, I know this. Oh, it's one of my favorite films. Oh my God. I'm a big fan of that film, yeah.
Hum.
Oh man.
No,
A moment of
no,
silence.
No, Hum came then, but you're seeing the third largest. Then
Third.
Khuda Gawa.
Yes, Khuda Gawa. Yes.
Yeah.
Nag?
And
No, sorry, Hum was 91.
Hum was 91. Yeah.
Who was in Khuda Gawa that time?
Nagarjuna.
The hell am I missing?
Nag was opposite the younger Sri Devi ji.
Ah,
Yes.
yes. Of course.
Yes.
Another. What a film.
Sar Zameen Ain.
Oh, bloody hell.
Mera naam Bachchan.
Oh man.
Yes. And one memory with that film was it this
Every
dialogue?
memory.
Oh.
You know, some of my greatest memories, I speak about this very fondly.
Okay.
Were mentally I'd already kind of decided that, okay, I want to act. And I was in boarding school. And between the age of like 13, 14 till about 18, when I finally mustered up the courage to tell my parents, I remember coming back from boarding school and every evening without fail, after dinner, we used to drive literally across just 5 minutes from our house. There was a very old and famous preview theatre called Sumit.
Okay.
Which was owned by the late great Mr. Prakash Mehra, and Sumit is the name of his eldest son.
Yeah.
He was a dear friend of mine. But that is like an industry adda where all the screenings used to happen. And every day after dinner, my father would drive me, my sister, my mother, and I, and we'd go and we'd watch the rushes of Agnipat, Hum, and Khuda Gawa. Because they were directed by the same director, Mr. Mukulanand.
Yes.
And produced by dear friends of ours. And every day we used to go watch the dailies and say, Acha ye, because they were doing songs like Jumma Chumma. So we've literally seen day by day what they shot. And so I've seen this film build
Through the
literally from the first frame. And I've been on the set. I remember for Khuda Gawa, he was shooting in Mehboob Studios in floor number 1. For Main Aisi Cheez Nahi, the song when he first meets Sri Devi ji. And I remember walking and just being mesmerized, not only by the beauty, but the sheer talent and magic of Sri Devi ji doing Main Titli Nahi Bijli Hoon, and Sarojji was choreographing it, and Mukul uncle was just a genius who just changed Indian cinema.
Yes.
And to see dad, with those clothes, with the beard and the boots and the
turban.
pagdi and the dadi, and
Yeah.
unbelievable, man.
Yes.
And the
It
amount
was
of times
fresh,
I have performed. I remember un dino audio cassettes nikalte the, right? And with dad, a unique thing, I'm not sure if it happened with the rest, but a lot of his dialogues, they were so famous. They used to come on the cassettes as well. And I remember that it was the first time I saw the climax of the film, which was put to music. So the climax of the film was actually a song.
Oh, I don't recall.
Okay, that the great Lakshmikant Pyarelal ji had done. And I remember in my school, my friends, and they were all foreigners because I was in a foreign British boarding school. They used to think I'm a freak because I used to put on that climax song and I'd seen it and I used to perform it. I said, my dad did this and he did that. And they were very encouraging. Like, yeah, very nice, but what is he doing, And, lying on the ground and that shot when he wakes up and he breathes and the sand blows.
Yes.
And, oh my God, there's so many memories, so many memories.
Khuda Gawa, yes. It is one of my father's favorite film as well. He keeps watching it whenever it comes
brilliant.
on
It's
TV.
just brilliant.
Nothing else.
And that moment,
Yes.
the moment in the climax when Badshah Khan finally meets his wife after I don't know how many years, and he's just standing there, and I have to tell you, okay, I'll say this. I shouldn't, but I'll say it. In my work, I have my own way of paying ode to some of my favorite things.
Okay.
And I do it my own way.
Okay.
It's just a kick for me.
Right.
I did something in the film, and after we shot it, and I remember Tushar came and and I said, this is my ode to my father,
What is it?
Tiger. So that was the moment when they finally meet, and he looks at her and he sees her, and then he does. It was that.
Oh.
Of course. Absolutely.
So I put these things in. These are like small, what do you call
He
it?
has
Easter eggs. Yeah.
You
He always does that, na?
Yes.
Oh, end mein jaake waise.
Yes. Oh,
So I
man.
adapted that to do it for
How
Chaudhary
wonderful.
Sahab.
Why did you we should
Yeah,
have said
yeah,
the movie.
yeah. Yeah.
How wonderful
So a lot of
indeed.
memories.
Yes.
That's wonderful. That is marvelous.
Next one is for you. This
Yeah.
film or rather this iconic song started the trend of actors going bare body on screen?
Eh?
1998. The song is iconic.
Ding, 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 ding,
I was
ding,
thinking,
ding,
but he
ding,
wasn't
ding.
wearing. He was wearing a mesh.
No, it was
No.
bare bodied.
No.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
It
yes.
was,
No, प्यार किया तो डरना
Yes.
क्या?
What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
yeah,
Where
yeah.
am I?
Salman.
Yes.
प्यार किया तो डरना क्या?
Oh hell! Okay.
Oh,
So
Jaan,
please
Jaan,
ask me another
I'm winning
question.
this. I'm winning this.
This is a very
I'm
sad.
winning
Yeah.
this.
I know this song also, but now one more question.
Yeah.
One more?
Yeah.
अरे,
Please.
अच्छा, are we winning anything for this?
No, it's
अरे
it's
यार.
Now it doesn't matter. Just ask me one more question.
ये देखो.
a okay. This is a Hollywood related question.
Wait.
A monster film
No chance.
released in
I
90.
didn't watch English films then.
But this is a very popular film.
हाँ, चलो बोलो बोलो.
Yeah, a monster film released this year, and a spin-off of the same
Not
monster film.
spin-off.
Okay,
It's
I
a
have
it's
zero
a
idea.
Godzilla.
yes.
But whatever. Next.
It had the greatest advertising campaign. I remember I happened to be in New York for something. I think I'd come down from college or something. And I think it was on Park Avenue. I was just walking one day and I saw something. And then you walked like an entire block. And at the end of the block, it just said, "That's the size of Godzilla's foot." They made a lifelike impression of the entire block. It was so cool. I still remember that. And then on the MetLife building, they had this thing saying he's taller than, you know, it was like, it was fantastic. Yeah.
So you imagined,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
you
yeah.
left with that. So
Wow.
nice.
Such good memories.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, that's lovely.
Okay. And one last question for both of you. Whoever answers it first. In 1992, a film released which gave this actor a tag for lifetime. Hindi actor, a big star today.
What's the tag?
Yeah, Shah.
No.
I have no idea.
No, wait. So he didn't debut in 92.
No. His film with a X title released in 92
Huh.
and that title has become synonymous to the actor. If I give a hint, it will be very
Give a
easy.
hint.
The title has been spinned into a franchisee.
Oh, Aki Bhaiya, Khiladi.
Oh,
Correct?
Yes.
I see.
Khiladi.
Khiladi came
By
out
Khiladi
92.
to
92. Just
No,
Khiladi.
Khiladi. 92?
Khiladi. Yes.
Khiladi. Oh.
Khiladi came in 92.
Yes. He made a debut in 91 with Sogan.
Yes.
And Khiladi in 92.
Oh,
Phenomenal.
I
What
thought
a
it came
cool
a bit later
question,
though.
actually.
Oh, chalo. But I still got it.
Yes.
What do I win? I'll take this. Thank you. I can take this?
You can. It is.
Ajao?
Yes. And finally, this was actually a very good round of, so many trivias you had to share from the 90s. So, yes. So, finally, before we sign off, could you tell us about your upcoming films? What of your upcoming films after Dasvi? What's the lineup like?
We'll start with you, please. I don't
Oh,
know.
so I acted in a film and have produced it as well called S7.
Yes.
Which is in post-production right now. That'll be ready for release very soon. Directed by, Mr. R. Parthiban, who's a very, very senior and respected director-actor from Chennai. And I'm very excited about that. It's a very unique concept. It's a passion project of mine. It's actually a solo actor film. So I'm the only actor in the film. So there's a big challenge and wonderful working with him. So S7 will be releasing very soon. Followed by Ghumar, which is a film I'm doing with Balki and Sayami and Angad and Shabana Auntie, which we just about 2 or 3 days left of shooting.
Okay.
So that's also almost done. And then obviously later in the year, I'm just going to complete shooting for the next season of Breathe.
Okay.
So that'll be ready. So these are the 3 immediate next projects. Yeah.
Okay. And for you?
I'm currently filming Foundation Season 2 for Apple TV, which I have to just finish. And I'll be doing that April end. And then I'm coming back here and doing a show here for the OTT platforms. That's all. That's confirmed for now.
Perfect.
ये international मामला है. बड़े लोग बड़ी बातें.
Yes.
Which movie? Which year? Come on.
Birthday log, birthday log.
I know this.
बोलो.
I didn't even know this is a
2001.
dialogue. What?
K3G 2001.
ये कहाँ है?
Yeah,
Kajal
Kajal's
Kajal's dialogue. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank
It was
you.
lovely
This
speaking
was
to
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you
And
very
good
much.
luck for
I
Dasvi.
hope you
Thank you
enjoyed the
very
film.
much.
Yes, for sure.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank you.